А в этот раз завелось. Ладно. Короче, к делу, ебать. Диско элизиум будет. Значит, вот. И в нем у нас будет ран. На красных навыках 2 врара. За то, что я проиграл спор. Kind of спор. Гей-пари. Проиграл. Гей-пари. Надо еще, чтобы игра запустилась. У меня так все дерьмово работает. О, новое меню, нихуя себе. Хуя, блядь. Новое меню. That's cool. Сейчас, секунду. Ой, бля. Вернулся. Еще шум будет фоновый. Но это вентилятор, как говорится. Вентилятор большой. Еще вентилятор маленький в компе, но он не так шумит. Бля, игра когда-нибудь загрузится, нет? Я... Хуй знает, я вообще, блядь, существую. О, пошла музыка, пошла музыка. Вы слышите музыку? Я слышу музыку. Но у меня все еще черный экран, как, блядь, загрузка. Экран стал серым, музыка прекратилась, заставка. Ребята, блядь. А, это у меня так тихо игра настроена, я понял. Ща. Надо поднакатить. Гамму сюда, да. Громкость музыки. Ну, чуть побольше. Так, наверное, сделаем. Громкость. Так, теперь... Интеграция с Twitch. Используя эту возможность, стримеры смогут создавать опросы, которые производят зрителям влиять на ход игры. Голосовать за варианты ответов в диалогах, выбирать временные бонусы. Damn, boy! В этом режиме защищенные авторскими правами музыкальные композиции заменяются на треки. Да, трансляция, please. Хардкорный режим, no. Режим детектива, это что за новый режим? Режим предметы и персонажи, с которыми можно взаимодействовать, автоматически подсвечивается. Это удобно, by the way. Это удобно, потому что постоянно держать, блять, правую кнопку мыши, это... Ладно, не будем делать это, режим детектива. Привет, хочу предложить продвижение вашего канала. Нахуй пошел. Еблан. Так. Добавить игру. Новый источник. Диско. Блять, по-моему, я переборщил с громкостью. Да. И вот сюда. Да. Идеально. Да, громковато, ебать. Отлично. Я считаю. Так, у меня вообще видно все на экране? Да, видно. Я вообще в эфире? Да, я в эфире. Блядь, давно не стримился-то. Хуйня, блядь, начинается. Ладно. Похуй, новая игра. Новая игра, свой персонаж. Сколько у меня очков? Одно. Можно интеллект взять, конечно. Но надо ли? Можно вот эту хуйню взять на 2. 1, 2, 5, 4. И я хотел силу воли взять бонусом, но раз тут так много очков, я думал тут меньше, я думал тут будет 1, 1, 5, 4. О, кстати, лол. Я же могу чат включить себе. В натуре. Жесть. Жесть. Я же могу чат себе включить. Хорошо, что у меня никого нахуй не будет. Никогда. Ладно, нахуй закрою, он не мешает. Так. Вообще. Стойкость. Не уверен. Я хочу... Трепет или сумрак, блять. Вот трепет или что-нибудь такое, типа, душное. Ну не трепет, наверное, сумрак. Здесь может быть что-то. Эмпатию, внутреннюю империю. Или все-таки риторику. Вот какую-то. Визуальный анализ не бывает лишним. Да, визуальный анализ возьму, блядь. Такой персонаж. С единицей интеллекта, блядь, с 5 силы. Поехали. Демоны ярости живут в зеркалах. Они здесь как дома. Даже в самой прозрачной воде можно утонуть, если она достаточно глубока.
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me. Do you really? You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away.
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
There's this giant ball there. And evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. Infinitesimally small. You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large. Vying for resources is just as... Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meter, like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungod, a fiery
Я спасу нас всех от этого шума. Не благодарить. Let me see. Ебать мне хп. Let me see. What is that? Give me that shit. What is that? Give me that shit. Воняет неописуемо. Это правда.
You hear a jingle. It says,
Так. Штаны. Не, ну они дают электрохимию, но нужна ли мне электрохимия? Не уверен. Ну да ладно. Так. Месье.
this fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off
Немедленно
immediately.
выключи
You
свет.
practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact. Little black spots dance on your retinas. It's almost pleasurable.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach. You swoop up and catch the tie. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous thick tie, with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Тошнотворный галстук. О, внутренняя империя. Так. Давай осмотрим стекло.
The window stands broken and it's frayed. Cold, the morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window, a fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The cool wind gushes in.
Найс, найс. Решили загадочку первую. Про ботинок. Ну-ка. Одна туфля. И к зеркалу надо еще подойти. Что у
The
нас
mirror
тут?
hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fit, hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vape. As you slowly abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
Столько бухла.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. Behold.
Behold.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Лицо
Too
алкоголика.
You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Нет.
You can't, can you? What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
Это гримаса
You are
боли.
correct.
Да. You are correct. Плюс 0 опыта, fuck off. Ладно. Плюс 0. Отличный квест. Motherfucker. Пойду за ботинком. А музыки вообще не будет, да, я так полагаю, блядь, судя по тому, что я поставил галку, чтобы убрать музыку роялти фри только что была. Посмотрим, ладно. О, здорово, я думал, ты не придешь. 2500 битрейта, отличный сервер, by the way. Я думал, ты стримишь это. Ну, ты понял. Йорху. Как игра называется? Я выключил чат, потому что думал, что тебя не будет сейчас. Я вернул чат себе. Я теперь наблюдаю. Отыгрываем жесткого парня. Уже решили загадку с ботинком.
There they both are. Two identical shoes. Both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin. Read good. They're balanced. Comfy.
Comfy. Come on feet. Comfy. Погнали. Скажем танцовщице аранской, что мы ее хотим. Ты что там по нейроавтомате, или ты все еще стримишь, но зашел в чат?
Hello, officer.
The young woman
Some
raises a
bitch.
cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir.
Уверена?
Yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time.
Shit, все это
You've been
время.
here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
What's the
Couldn't say.
deal?
In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Хочешь физически. Господи.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. Could it be because of the drinking?
Она успела накраситься. Это ее утренняя сигарета. Выглядит усталой. Красота ее вянет быстрее, чем полагается в этом возрасте. Ладно, мне
Of
пора
course.
идти.
Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Sure.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you said the words a million. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Yes? There was the usual ruckus.
loud disco music. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them. Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace. A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it. Yes, there was a church in there, a really small church, like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now, it was difficult to tell.
I'm sorry.
I was going out later anyway. It didn't bother me. Then you started screaming and trashed the place. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out. Okay.
Какой сейчас
It's
год?
51.
51
The
век.
current century. Centuries don't have numbers, they have names. And this is the current one. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. Yeah,
Ладно.
you're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol. Forever and ever.
And ever and ever. Out of the corner of your eye, you see the hair on the back of your hand standing on end. It feels as though low-grade lightning is coursing through you. You must be hypersensitive from the hangover.
Трепет. Oh yeah.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Sure. Go on. Но все-таки надо было сказать ей, что я хочу ее физически.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray.
Juicy
Light it
cigarette
up
butt.
and smoke the living shit out of it.
Я же
Who
курильщик.
knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, a gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering delicious. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
Yeah.
Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now. But find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man. A mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Sure. Найдем сигаретку как-нибудь. Или купим. What is that? Заголовки. I don't give a fuck. С танцовщицей иранской мы вели себя адекватно. Но, да, блять, и с этим надо бы, но мне кажется, нет. Я явно должен отыгрывать поехавшего. Определенно.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles. Looks like the bird was ripped off. A small engraved steel tag says, "The Great Skua." Steer Koari's score.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on...
Fuck off, ладно. Бомжара. Ой, залагал. Немного на зафеда. Так, месье. Что у вас тут? Wild Pines,
A
huh?
colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does. It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John.
Лишним не будет.
You fumble with the
Fuck.
spring-loaded gate of the carabiner, but to no avail. Like fucking sleigh bells. What are you doing? You're gonna get caught.
Stop finger-fucking him, officer! I'm responsible for these oafs and their stuff. Even Sleepy there. Yeah, sure. I don't care. Just don't finger-bang his stuff, okay?
Finger bang is stuff. Whatever.
There is only one
Ну
way
да,
to wake this
50%,
bone idol
блядь.
from his slumber.
Взвой на него с яростью урагана.
The buildings from the earth.
Why the yelling, man?
The fuck are you doing? Живой.
What? No, he was just sleeping. What do you want, officer? That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
Logistics? Nope. It's
Nope.
a nightmare.
No, it's a nightmare.
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait. No. Oh, it's empty. Sorry about that, pal. Thank God, no.
The worker stares at you. His eyes
I don't know what you're talking about, coins.
fuck sleep. Despite the
Нахуй сон.
the queasiness, you feel like you've got at least a 10-kilometer run in you.
Yeah.
The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is...
Ладно, fuck off, dog worker. Просто немножко фингербэнгнуть хотел тебя, ну бывает.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi.
Kim Kitsuragi.
Precinct 57.
Lieutenant,
You must be
Prison
from the
57.
You
Yeah,
realize
I do.
he's waiting for your name.
Да я не знаю, как меня
Okay
зовут.
then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
No.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped?
No.
Okay. Well, have you removed the dead body from the tree?
No.
So,
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice.
where
Fuck.
it has been hanging for 7...
What a shame. Get to it now. Rip that body down from the tree.
After it's been
Небольшая
under the
теле.
tree for that long, any kind of ripping is inadvisable.
Delicate goods, filled with stinking horrors.
Мгм. Что он
Talk to
может
the
сделать?
manager. Then we go out back and take the body down.
Понял,
After
2 нуля.
you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge?
Fuck. I
Using
don't.
your identification.
I don't have a badge. Профсоюз. Let me talk to
The man with the
manager.
unimpressive beard notices you approaching.
Unimpressive beard.
drops the
Damn.
Mr. Guard, right?
Yes.
Mr. God.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
Предвестник
What?
краха. Сумерки.
No
Съесть
idea.
они.
What is this, a joke to you? Is this what you get when you call the police now? This guy? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you.
Do you have her
Сильвий
number?
звонил.
As a
Ну
matter
да,
of fact, I do.
номерочек.
This
Да.
sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just
Позвоним,
got here.
позвоним, да.
From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinet?
But you still know your...
Yes, I know where some things are, but
I didn't imply that. Detective,
А? Чё? Да?
I have everything. You?
Ну, конечно.
Yes, yes. He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would? Behind this
Хотел.
building, there's a courtyard. That's
Ну, как
easy.
туда
See that
попасть?
door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. She
Почему
went
Сильвия
away
не
because
здесь?
none of your business.
Она связана с грядущим
Does she?
апокалипсисом.
Maybe she does. Maybe she pertains to the apocalypse. Sylvie is not here because I asked for her number. The dead body out back didn't help either, but it was mostly me. I hope you appreciate that.
Ага.
Thank you.
Ну почему 0 очков опыта? Почему я, блять, 0 опыта получаю за все? The fuck is going on? Где мои уровни, блять? Где мой опыт? Почему я за все получаю 0 опыта? Я, блять, выполняю квесты, игра. Это из-за того, что у меня 1 интеллект, блять. Я в какой-то режим активировал, блять, без прокачки. Что за дерьмо? Телефон. Дело
is it?
раскрыто.
Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct.
Я феминист. No. Yes.
What? Is that so? Mr. Feminist?
Mr. Feminist. Yes. I'm listening. За что ты
Why
меня
would
так
I
не
have a
любишь?
problem with you? You're a hero cop. Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
You're right, you didn't. And it's only taken you 3 days not to.
И что я
No, I
делал?
haven't seen you around. I just got here, remember? Was there anything else?
Да, у меня все.
Not so fast,
О,
Mr.
30
Feminist.
опыта.
You owe me 130 real.
Fuck off. Блять.
One minute you're running out the ring, then you suddenly turned around and are giving him the finger.
Блять, Эквилибристика 2, надо было снять штаны.
Why?
Яростно показываешь ему средние пальцы.
That's true.
Драма.
Yes. And it's worrying. But let's not fixate on it. Look at that stupid bartender instead. He has no idea what's going on. You and your fuck you fingers floating in the air. Barkeep's got his mouth agape like an idiot.
Watch out!
Блять, бедная женщина.
Everything goes dark.
Back so soon.
Back so soon.
Admit it. You just missed the quarter light.
How's it going out there? Are the tiny apes screaming about money yet?
Did one of these tiny apes have a pale green face?
Да.
It's a joke, sweetie. I didn't actually think you saw the kind green ape of South Safra in a hostel in Martinez. That would be ridiculous.
No. You've sustained a trauma to your lower neck. In addition, you have strained your left trip.
The chair took the brunt of it. Don't worry.
Are you sure, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Check on him.
Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. This has always been a cop-friendly place. The drinks are on the house, okay? There were a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window, though.
With your back against the cold mosaic floor, you feel the pain recede. You just need to get up.
Мне понравилось, что я ударился. Я вернул себе ХП, блять.
Don't thank me yet. You still owe me 100 real. And for God's sake, watch out for yourself.
Sure, mate. Сваливаем, Ким. We gotta go.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. In time or space? That
Пространство.
doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Бомжекоп хули.
Entertain the thought when you get the time.
Так, что по мыслям у нас есть? Феминист. Плюс 2 авторитета против мужчин. Минус 1 самообладание. Стрёмный, несешь бред. Бомжекоп. Может носить тряпьё и не мыться, ходить с изящным пошатным копом бродяги не нужно никто и ничего. Никто не выкинет тебя на улицу, потому что у тебя нет дома. Больше никогда не придется платить за жилье. Ты никогда больше не услышишь, ты пьян. На кой черт ты сюда приперся, Гарри? Иди домой, не позорься. Минусы. А разве есть минусы? Нет, серьезно, назови хоть один. No thanks. Сейчас мне чат мешает. Сигареты. Тело жертвы. Удостоверение. Силе. И ущерб. Работаем, копы. Бабуль.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides.
Shit. Too
You must
married.
forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the Motley Crew. Hire her on the spot.
Вербуя. А вы похожи в кресло.
Oh, I'm perfectly all right. I'm more worried about you. What was that? Don't beat yourself up over it too much, dear. People do strange things when the old fight or flight kicks in. I'm just glad you weren't injured.
Зайке нужны денежки. Зайкам дают денежки.
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial.
You've got guns of steel and a chiseled jaw. Somewhere under the bloated alcohol layer. Maybe she'd like to sponsor you.
Fuck.
Oh, I'm sure you would make a wonderful gigolo, dear, with those strong arms of yours, but welfare checks aren't all they cracked up to be.
She's not really lusting after those biceps, man.
Ah, shit.
It's more like an appraisal you give to a healthy specimen.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry I don't have money for you. If there's anything else I can do for you, just ask. Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. Oh,
Все
my.
очень плохо.
You know where we are, right?
Мы в
That's
Ревашоле.
right. In a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, to be precise. Yes, and Revachol? How would I even begin to tell you? I haven't seen very many other cities.
Ну,
Speaking
короче,
of history, you know what year it is, yes?
Близится конец
Perhaps,
времен.
dear. Perhaps.
The lieutenant studies you. Riley's. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. Outside, the melting snow seeps into the cracks in the walls and the cobblestone streets, all the way down into the sewers. Above ground, the first May bells blossom. You can feel it, a great cold. Then the shiver passes.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Oh, no. Nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control led by...
She's trying
Shit.
to avoid the foreigner's part. This is because she's a woman.
Возможно, она тебе врет.
Oh, dear. This is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol. Not in the traditional sense. The state is... But we should stop for...
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Someone more educated in...
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
I'm a detective.
Of course.
Sure.
Then I don't know.
Fuck you,
Someone...
bitch.
That's a good point. This doesn't look like Rich Central.
Пойдем покатаем
What do you
вместе.
mean? Ah, yes. Probably Roll With Me by the Fletchers. People often quote the Fletchers at me. Morel says it's my theme song.
Shit.
Of course, dear.
Давай. Прости, врезался в тебя немного. Без этого никуда. Пойдем посмотрим на труп. Что там по битрейту? Нормально, в порядке. Сколько идет этот стрим помойный? 40 минут, я еще нихуя не сделал. Fucking damn it. Игра подлагала. Малеха. Ну, пошли к трупу, блять. Что у нас тут?
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Что за машина?
Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating. Thank cop habit. You look at everything.
Посмотрим.
The tire tracks were left
Повезло.
there by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a mess. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there.
Проехали так, ударились и поехали.
And then accelerated straight into the fence. Left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian.
Сдавали задним ходом.
According
Вот
to the
мы
cafeteria,
ехали.
the driver proceeded to back out of the yard. Before heading
А нет,
south,
задний ход здесь.
must have been in a hurry.
Shit.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage friendly city. I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to...
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there.
Посмотрим, да. Это потом. Скисшим молоком, мясом и плотью. Посмотрим следы.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Every worker's boots with reinforced toes and hobnails.
Тяжелые рабочие ботинки.
Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the...
Понял. Я просто алкаш. Проиграл навык. И потерял... можно съесть, кстати, в таком поводу. Раз надыбали. Пошли.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Нет.
As you
Сука. Сосать. Ай, блядь, больно. Кулаком в кулак ударил неудачно. Ауч.
They do after 7 days, yes.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair
Поссал, блядь, без всякого нашатыря, блядь. Сюда,
his
нахуй.
skin is greenish,
Легко.
marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow.
They are armor, no boots. Technically speaking, these are
Это броня.
sabatons. Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where, under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. Suddenly, your biceps coil up. Your elbow is sharp and cocked for a punch.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them.
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor.
If you wear those pieces,
Понял.
it will help me protect your mortal coil. Yes, bullets will fly. They always do. And the coil is fleshy and mush and permeable. Cast it in ceramic shell. Resist death.
Resist death. Понял.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic.
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in tattoos.
Cadaver.
And extremities blotched pink and blue. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you. Vermilion, in yellow letters, along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery.
Extremely. Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries. Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves. It's not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed. The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
Как
The
его
news is one of
подняли-то?
those things that's easier to use one way around. I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt, buckle closes. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing up there.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great century Messinian, maybe.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice.
So am I.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster. And he takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is...
An instant color camera. I
Камера
have only
с
2
фото
ampoules.
татухи.
Nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. Sure, just don't lose it.
Не
The glassy-eyed
потеряйся.
corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode. From the organic, the corpse is dead silent.
Fuck.
You have
Who is he? He is...
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green.
How should I know why you are squinting, officer? Oh. You are trying to assess lividity.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid stream.
So, what do you think? I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made out.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
Coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
I agree. Totally dead. Dabba-doob-doob dead.
Fuck, he's good. Что
I
думаешь?
think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck. The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think. There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
A pool of blood and feces.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Повара. Помидоры труд за говно. Да, черт возьми, я помидор. Вот это нам повезло.
I don't...
But there is no breath to catch. Only
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done. So am I.
Нормально потрудились. О, очко навыков дали. Ладно, на очко. Очко, that's what I like. Визуальный анализ. Или что-нибудь из этого. А может быть что-нибудь из этого. А может быть что-нибудь из этого. Бля, минус 2 эквилибристики. Безумие ебаное. Трепет, может быть. Может быть трепет. Не то чтобы он был мне нужен, но... Ладно, оставим очко, засейвим, засолим очко на белую проверку.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Отстрелить ремень.
Time pig, shoot his head off.
How?
Bang bang time pig.
Yes, the buckle, where it ties the cargo belt to the tree. If the shot hits that, then the...
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain.
No miss.
Yeah, now we're talking. It's fucking pigs. Kuno. Промажут. Пусть сам решит.
with his and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's stance position, taking aim.
Подстрели этого засранца.
He's gonna fucking miss.
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that
God damn it.
God damn it.
A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's stance was the wrong choice. His shoulders are raised, but above all, he cannot.
Fucking idiot.
Kuno could have hit it easy.
Мальку
But then Kuno's not
поебучий.
fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno studied.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
No, we are lucky as any more mistakes could put us in. I have to say,
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
it's bad as it is. Us shooting.
They only have.
Oops.
This is the sorriest pit.
Officer, why do we only have one gun? That is
Не
even
было
more
пистолета.
unfortunate.
Ну, братишка.
You fucking banana boyka. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
Банани point.
The
Взвесить.
cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard.
Из
instinctively
бакелита.
resting on the
Да.
trigger.
Все в этом мире керамическое и пластиковое.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot you.
Kuno is silent. Aggression gathers in the air. The trigger feels delicate and ready to break under your finger. The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Координация 4. Это красная проверка. Can I can't. I believe I can't. Нет модификаторов. Ай, ладно, давай. Да, блядь, сука. Я в труп попал.
A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb. You missed.
Oh my god, he's gonna.
Ask for another shot. You'll get it with the next one. The goddamn light reflected off some window. Surely.
The cadaver is already compromised bad enough.
It came out wrong. You made it sound like you're some sort of roulette addict.
Пожалуйста.
Victor Bauer wants to fuck up again bad. It's the song of my people, asshole.
Don't provoke her.
Shot him in the chest. What a fucking idiot.
It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It.
Pigs don't have hands. They have, like, fucking hooves or something.
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
That's preposterous. What are you?
We still need to get him down somehow. The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up,
Ладно, пошли в порт. Сука, я думал, с 4 навыками мне хватит скилла. Отстрелить ёбаную веревку. But it is not the case. Ладно, пошли
An
покопаемся.
inconspicuous pile. It's nothing. Someone just
Пожалуйста.
listened. Because there's a secret. There it is. You see a shabby
Открываем дверь.
what is this then?
0 опыта.
A tool shed?
Tool shed. Yes. The tool and the shed. Так.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder?
Да, сука, не дал мне взять амфетамины. Свиная башка. Отсылка на повелителя мух. У школьника в шкафу. В его тайном убежище. This is me fucking jacket. Ладно, сейчас облутаем сначала все. Что тут у нас? Проем скоро обвалится. Тут ничего больше нет. Немного денег раздыбали. Теперь надо снять шматье лишнее. Меты. Фотография. Sure. Не видно нихуя. Нужно снять штаны и, по-моему, обутки. Да, все остальное у нас в порядке.
Looks like someone left his... When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being... You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Эквилибристика сложно.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance. Over. That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Is it? Kvalsund makes a lot of heavy equipment, but this is phenomenal, even for them. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
Sure, mate.
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meters.
Давай. Да, блядь. Я как будто на каком-то хардкоре. 42%, блядь, я проигрываю, 28 выигрываю. What the fuck? Ну, блядь.
No. That's still too high. What were you thinking?
Too high, да.
You're a boxer, and you've climbed way too high up there.
Блядь, не успел. Не успел. Я думал, у меня есть еще.
Whatever note you're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
I don't dispute that you have been charged with protecting the people of Earth.
Nothing you can say.
Пиздец. Ну, блядь. Сука.
Gives up the detective genre for social.
Есть сейф. Блядь, сейф так далеко. Сейф так далеко. Блядь, почему так редко? Почему не было сейва, когда я входил в ёбаную... Блядь, на какую кнопку сейф этой, блин? Сука, я не успел, я не заметил. Я бы успел выхилиться, блядь, но игра... У меня было 2 хп, блядь. У меня написало, что отняло 1, блядь, а отняло 2. Сука. Но оно, видимо, 2 раза мигнуло по одному. Fucking hell. Ладно. Хорошо. Спидраним. И надо посмотреть кнопку для сейва. Поставить какую-нибудь. F3, F4, например. Потому что, по-моему, там F5 стоит, но F5... Для квиксейва... Ну, вообще, да, F5. F1 помощь, F5 сейф. Ладно. F5 не руинит мне ничего там. Чего? Какая ошибка, блять? Да. Сейвить-то я могу. Серьезно, я не могу сейвить. Блять, я могу так сейвиться. Нет, я могу сейвиться. Нет, я не могу сейвиться. Я должен вот так сейвиться. Окей, ладно, хорошо. Ну, проигрываем анализ. Опять выигрываем 28%. Ну, серьезная игра.
You are correct. I'm not sure.
You could.
Погнали дальше. Блять, снова все приколы с трупом. Давай на следы посмотрим.
There are several. Heavy work. Isn't this something an industrial work?
Noted.
What do you think you are? A super detective?
Проиграли. Хорошо. Сразу снимем это говно на будущее. Это нам не пригодится. Это лутаем. Так.
You seem to be holding a cargo belt twists his neck.
Active decay.
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna...
As you breathe in,
Выигрываем.
the odor comes. The man before you is named.
Ботинки.
The cadaver slowly. The material delicate.
Their armor, ceramic, under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T5. The local. We should keep it.
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal. The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic. A small, suddenly your bicep, your fist connects to the boot with the only difference is a barely audible click underneath. Sounds like the end of a long.
Did you hear that? A click? This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontal.
Faint organic lines cover the plates where they separate into the cadavers. The hangman's knot is pulled. Oh my, there's something on the belt. Vermilion, in yellow letters, along the...
Extremely. Industrial strength. You can... Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves. The brief suggested as much. Okay, you should ask me for one. It's not me. This makes getting him down. I think the lasso
the cadaver hang an intricate web of
a map of the stuff
as if some.
So am I.
He wears a watch. He takes a thin piece.
Не мешать, камера.
Nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
Nobody moves. Nobody move.
A shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small app.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
It is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his beard, sure.
The glassy-eyed corpse. Look, his dark brown hair grows.
Проигрыш.
The corpse.
Who is he?
The corpse looks right through as you distance yourself. As you narrow your only the lower extremities. The cadaver slowly.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might make.
Sure.
The cadaver is.
An acrobatic maneuver would solve the situation. Nothing can go wrong with a good maneuver.
I have thought of that, yes. But the tire tracks would compromise the scene. Any prints would become illegible. That's if we get it. Also, my MC has a sloped roof. It's a sports model. The roof is slippery. How about I take you, piggyback?
The fuck are these pigs talking about?
Are they back or something? Oh, it's fucking boring, Kuno. Wish they'd fuck already.
Yes, it's not a good idea.
It's a fucking hilarious idea.
It's a fucking hilarious idea.
In silence, the lieutenant gives you a meaningful glance, as if to say, case in point.
Yeah.
How? Yes.
Yeah.
They'll miss. The pigs will miss Kuno.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed.
Блять, опять садись. If you come back, садись. Я посрался, услышав свой голос. Наблюдай. Господи. Я тут нафидел и переигрываю, потому что не успел хилку нажать. Там, типа, у меня было 2 хп, мне отняли одно. А оказывается, что 2 раза по одному отняли, блять. И я, ну, типа, не среагировал. И проиграл игру.
Silence, and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. Securing it, he then steps back and
He's gonna fucking miss.
the kid's voice.
Отстрели этого засранца.
God damn it.
A lot of things were wrong with
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's...
the lieutenant doesn't.
I have to say,
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
Да я бы, блять, попробовал, мистер Координация, нахуй. Но я уже проиграл разок. Notification skin. Only notification. Понял. Гача. Так.
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case.
Confirmed. It's unsafe. But what other options? The corp.
Climb up there and...
It seems doable. The kid's ladder is treacherously rotten, but you could use your...
Honestly, I prefer a non-acrobatic solution to this.
Sure.
Climb cops, climb tree, fall down. Creating cop.
Fuck yeah, climb.
See,
Fuck
you don't
yeah.
making them do those things less.
Yes.
Oh, these have got to be the most fucking boring multiple parts I've ever seen.
Блять, ладно, давай еще пройдем. Gotta go.
Shooting firearms
Sure.
and punks here. I'm not stopping you. Just don't hit the victim.
Have a good day. Я скоро заспидраню до Эврара, не переживай. Еще полчаса.
Oops.
This is the...
Officer, that is even
I need your gun.
The cold Kuno is silent. The buckle comes into focus in your sights.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't.
Your field
Look, he's crying. Or what? You're gonna fuck me. Do it. Set me free.
don't.
Не надо.
Do it.
intense shit, copper.
Can't wave his gun. It wasn't intense. It was
Блять.
pathetic.
Конечно. А 28 прокнула, блять. That was easy.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down, looking straight at you.
Communism.
Communism.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Fuck you, Corpale.
Ace is high.
Sure, mate. That was
The
easy.
lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your part.
I knew these guys were
Что
We will
теперь?
perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have really...
The stench is getting bad. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. I need a little breather before we do the autopsy. In the meantime, we could ask around for the representative of the logistics company.
Идем. Давай в помойку позырим. Бля, игра залагала. Игра, пожалуйста. Это сейф. Well, thank you. Fucking game.
This trash container is locked. It's just a trash container. Your fingers start to itch just looking at that padlock.
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage. Or
Did someone say pry bar? Pry bar, pry bar. Your palms yearn its cold touch, to grasp it once more, as you've done so many times.
Монтировочка.
or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags.
Ask the manager? Bullshit. Go straight for the pry bar and...
Монтировка. Sure. Bullshit. Fuck your bullshit shit. Как говорится.
Before you stand, vapor emanates. In the cabin,
Open the door.
a set of steering wheels, a radio microphone on a hook. Pull out. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. A metallic...
Take what you need.
He's clearly a little, cold and heavy. Useful for opening all sorts of doors. The handles are long and sleek.
Shulk.
You can do good work with these. Cut chain is robust, weatherproof and well made. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering lever. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if...
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC. The white suede feels luxurious.
This is the Kupris Kinema, my motor carriage. You can use the toolbox and the radio if you'd like. The Kupris motorcar does provide most of our petrol.
But this is different. This is a sports model.
You're right. I didn't take you for a motorcar enthusiast. Do you also like Tip Top, Detective? An interrissolory racing series. You should definitely give it a go if you like motor carriages. It has fantastic competition.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook.
Потом радио возьмем. Скиллпоинт нам еще пригодится. Инструменты мы берем. Монтировку в руку. Болторез во вторую. И начинаем кайфовать. Я бы перчаточки взял, тебя девчуля.
RCM in Martinez. What can I help you? We don't see a lot of course. What can I help you? An autopsy. Wow. Sure, keep them. I have another pair. Me? I am just a gardener. I am pleased to meet you too. I'll see you around.
Sure, bitch. I know who you are. Сохранить игру.
This trash container is locked.
Блять, легендарно.
That says Whirling in Rags.
Shit. Ладно. Легендарно мне не подходит. 28%. Sure about that. Пойду спрошу просто ключи у... То еще сломаю замок, блять. Я посланник апокалипсиса, и мне нужен ваш мусор. Еще мне нужно пойти поссать.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing.
Why?
I thought as much.
Well, yeah.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
Callous? What are you? What do you need?
It concerns the case.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Sure, mate. Надо перчатки одеть, кстати. It's a good piece of equipment. That's the stuff. Полицейский без штанов в
This
перчатках.
trash container is locked with a well-oiled. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. This is your time to shine, Hobocop. Dive into that dumpster.
Хобокоп.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Sure.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows. The methodology in your fingers. You're used to this. No, searching for evidence in the trash. Good practice for dumpster diving. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they will drop them in here, officer. Guitar mark, blue jeans. Pockets, empty. Or empty. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else?
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label, serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an herb.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel clinic.
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno?
See?
The lieutenant nods. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out. Something larger. A clipboard.
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Well, lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of... It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see.
Wow, an Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon, half wrapped in paper tissues. So shiny. It's a giant rifle, and it's very expensive. Not as expensive as that fat string of pearls snaking around the rotten banana pit. And is that Cordon Electric's preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That catches quite a price. That's too bad, because none of those things are actually in there. There's just food waste. And all you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolic. The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Еще надыбали. Мой журнал, кружку. Давай
It's the
журнал.
legend found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the... It's a metaphor for you. An aluminium block runs the width of the board. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular. Spot looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the light.
It depends.
Your kill counts. Yours will surely have no
Сколько
clue.
трупов? Sure.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from... They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor pattern. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock. What do you mean? Is that all? The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Judging by the creases on your forehead and the lines on your cheeks, too much more. Going back years, decades even. There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do, barely. But the lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Я возьму этот дерьмовый карандаш.
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
Неохотно.
The task you've inspect, get the body, interview the cafeteria, a satisfying slash, and a fuck you to you too. That last one cuts a slash right through the paper. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. It feels like completion.
Good.
Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality.
No, actually. Any ideas?
Демоны ярости живут в зеркалах. Говно на палке. Повешенный.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good with salty dessert.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust, yes, all cap. Others, you like this grimy murdering. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done.
Yes, however, it's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Right after the revolution, when again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back.
Оставить это клево, убрать.
Still wet. The toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila. The ledger now look. In the back, you see thin, translucent 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones, a monetary penalty. These, all in a print so small, it could be considered downright. A dozen 8. Color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoing. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear, being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the
Так,
paper.
логика.
It's proving to be harder than expected.
Понял.
It's made of dark blue plastic. Something rattles in and something small in. The plastic shines like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot. There's pain in there, if you want some. With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip. Screwed to the top. The 2 sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slide. The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know, without resistance or sound. The 2 panels move again. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revershaw East. The aquarium. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it. It smells of chewing gum. A touch of cinnamon. The end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti. Your fingers are sweaty. There is a sweat mark where it's slightly, ever so slightly, difficult to breathe once you've done so. Your hand shakes. You're flushed with adrenaline. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the bait, you know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called Fermi discrete or axle.
Да, складывают в
At some
песок.
point in its journey, the ledger has seen the inside of a public toilet. Remember when I said the smell of the upstairs bathroom was so rank they should have sent a poet to describe it? Why, yes it is, among many other things. This cleaning tablet is used by the whirling in rags.
Так, я выбросил в унитаз свой журнал. Ладно. Sure. What is that? Ручка. На щит. 28 копеек стоит. Так, соиванемся. Сейчас. Одну секунду. I'm back. Так. Погнали, как говорится, сюда.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing. Because there it is. You see a shabby little door.
Спиздим наркотики в этот раз. Лишними не будут.
What is this?
5 опыта.
Be still, my beating heart. The lieutenant isn't.
No, I'm just a regular detective, thank you very much. Of course, detective. Swift justice. Don't worry, we don't have to investigate every trace of narcotics.
Yeah, swift, lightning justice.
See that ladder there?
Shithead. Правосудие. Свиная башка. Выходим на улицу. Ревашон, Аранья, Классия. Раньше тут ударения стояли, кстати. Классия. Еще. Ранее, блять, Островалийское золо. С карточкой. Так, утонем немного.
Looks like some when the wind ruffles the...
Yes, you could probably make the jump. You look like...
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at that machine.
Is it? But I digress.
Правда,
We were
правда.
focusing on your cloak here.
Тут мы и проиграли игру. Эквилибристика сложно.
The cloak? Well, it doesn't seem...
Не сейчас. Теперь мы сейвимся. И сейвскамим, потому что это наш самый быстрый путь к Аврару. Остальные дольше. Прыгаем. Проигрываем. Shit.
No, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking?
Ёкарный бабай. Блять, загрузить игру. Что ж поделать? 1.11.41, да. Sure, I want. Загрузить. Sure. What time is it? Я уже полчетвертого.
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings
Heh.
is still caught
Easy.
on the railing. As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. Martinez goes about its daily routine.
Ты паришь в воздухе под аккомпанемент будничной жизни Мартинеза. Громкие голоса протестующих сливаются с рычанием мотора, застрявших в пробке машин. Волны бьются о пирс. Густой соленый морской воздух наполняет твои легкие. Наслаждайся. Оно не раскачивается, я его снял. Хуя.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive.
Hell yeah. My climbing might not have been as disco as your jump, but can we still get an aces high?
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes.
Да, твои прыжки, конечно, not as disco. As my. Ну, естественно, меняю свой блейзер. Продолжаю ходить в трусах. Печь. Ну, вообще, эту можно и взять, наверное. Ботинки. А надо ли мне брать ботинки? Штаны точно кал. Да не, ладно, и так сойдет. Сначала заглянем сюда. Надо засейвиться. Лутаемся. Книга какая-то еще. А, ну это открытка еще одна. Магний. Лишним не будет. Очки. Очки одеваем, по идее они. Нам дают то, что нам надо. Где они? Минус драма, но плюс визуальный анализ. Визуальный анализ нам нужен. Я выгляжу охуительно, по-моему. Что по картотеке?
It's unfortunate.
The drawer opens. Hundreds and the same. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names.
Попробуем.
Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. It appears to be. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes. Special whirling borscht. Water Everart's borscht on the list have been crossed out, and then
Everard Clare, probably.
What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs. Booze. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes. Special whirling borscht. Water. All items on the drawer slides.
Borscht. Так, ну скам с этим мне не нужен. Что тут есть? Каждый рабочий член правления. Член. Really?
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, Rene, Arnaud, listen. It's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit.
If you must.
Nothing incriminating. Catch. Looks like the inhabitant is rather pedantic when it comes to.
Let's get going.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A stale air floods through your nostrils. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however.
I'm not here to tell you what to do, detective.
You take the painkillers. They are yours now.
Nice.
You stand and
He is the painkiller. This is the painkiller. Ta 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 da da ta. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. He is the painkiller. This is the painkiller. What is that? Мгновенная тишина. Огромные машины спят. Вермиллион. Плюс бабки. Плюс перчатки. Что дают? Плюс 1 сумрак. Техника лучше сумрака на мой вкус. Но я думаю, они ебово смотреться на мне будут. Да и сумрак. Может прокнуться враром, я не знаю. Maybe. I don't know. Надо прокачать силу воли на 1. Да. Я повысил, да? Да. Отлично. Просто чтобы было. Денежки. Денежки.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on. Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard. Everard, Everard, Everard. I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister. Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I. Sure, mister. About what? Oh, most. We're on a.
So no one.
Not, but Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everett. Oh, I'm not really supposed. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. I don't want to get them in trouble over a little drinking. Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the... Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you... Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad. Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
You didn't actually understand what you meant. And now he's just nodding along.
Oh, you want Mr. Evra? Guys like Mr. Oh, Mr. Evra is where you're going. Bye-bye now.
Да, sure, mate. Я получил квест. Автосейв. Спасибо, игра. Своевременный автосейв. Ну, короче, Эврар ворует, блять, у Wild Pines. Их товар перекрашивает в свои цвета. Pumpkin Patch. Hey, fat fuck. So.
Before you is a walrus of a man. With great effort, he straightens himself up.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. Please have a seat. Everard Clare.
Here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but
He looks extremely comfortable.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that man.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's
Я
nothing.
никогда не
Forget
сажусь.
about it.
Ладно.
Filter it out.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great. So tell me, how can the head of the
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world.
by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me?
No.
Cool. I wouldn't go that far. Now,
His slug-like lips. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gone.
are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. It's not like you left it loaded.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Shit.
God,
Fuck.
You're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're
Mr. Dubois,
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What?
Mr. Dubois, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Dubois, are you okay?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow. In a kind of throw-in motion. Like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
What an odd demonstration.
Okay, enough.
Quick, here's your window. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in
Yeah.
Martinez. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing.
Yes, that sounds good.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colours, Harry.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on top.
am a very busy man.
You want to send someone a message that the police...
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man. Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, just go there, unlock the door, and fantastic, my friend. You can get the key from my... Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call... My God, so it's true. I
think the odds of that are very low.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if...
It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now. Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me.
I find that very suspicious.
I'm afraid this is meant for union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
As you look at the folder, everyone covers it.
Easy folder.
Because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi, from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man.
A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Ничего страшного.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on. I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many... You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier. Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age... Yes, Harry. You are obviously in peak physical condition. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I... Wait,
Пистолет мне не
you
нужен.
need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now.
Inexplicable feminist agenda.
Inexplicable feminist
There is something you
agenda.
need to see, sir. We found the remnants of an ancient artifact lodged in your hypothalamus. It is a cylindrical object, disweathered and smelling of liquor. The paint is peeling off, but you can clearly make out the letters Revolutionary Feminist Agenda on the hull.
Залежи вашего гипоталамуса мы обнаружили останки древнего артефакта. Цилиндрический предмет, весь обоссанный, воняющий бухлом.
Perhaps you can work your way back.
Революционная феминистическая. Ну да. Ну, пойдет. Пилотское приветствие. Давай усвоим. Бомжекопа усваивать не будем. Ладно, разъебали Эврара. Это было легко. Пойдем в танцы в трепье, спросим про бухло. Наверное, да. Попробуем разобраться с бухлишком. Что мы получили? Предметы. Огромный чек. Это все залупа.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friso. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers. Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism.
Коммунизм.
They represent a shameful way to treat a former king. Even one as underwhelming as Friso. Because Friso was incompetent. To your disappointment, there aren't any no advertisements, you notice. So who's funded? After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, the magazine is divided into several sections. International comrade, but like perhaps they've overestimated the market demand. So please, if you value our radical
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union.
You flip back to the front of the magazine.
Sure.
The table of contents. It takes a moment, but as you leaf through, the main feature though is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournay. The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with. You think instead you find yourself where to even start. For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships. And then there's the practically criminal, and that precise. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 Ria. You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tournay is simply the apotheosis of spec.
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, Detective. I'm sure most things are. If I had to wager,
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table, unsurprisingly, you skim. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Cape Side Apartments of illegally attempting. According to these, an absolute none. It goes on. You flip back to the front. This section, you all. Whoa. Bear wrestling. It seems, according to this extremely credulous account, Uncle Sport, as he's affectionately known to his people, has recently decreed bear wrestling then based on the it's quite according to the SRV's Ministry of Information. The program has been a tremendous success. Public support stands at precisely for too long. Drink has been
the Samaran People's Republic? No, I should expect not. Why do you ask? They're quite the spectacle, as I understand, on account of the blood.
You flip back to the front of the.
Ладно, отличный журнал. Про медвежью борьбу и гонки. Про Cox and Dicks and stuff. Which I'm not really interested in. Так, игра как-то попердывает. Если иванусь, пожалуй. По-моему, нам надо к Маньяне сначала. Так. Мистер Маньяна.
Scab?
Скоп? Давай парчу оденем нормально.
You a scab now? I was just messing with you. Imagine,
You cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Oh, say no more. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. Polar Weasel? Oh, what you're looking for is a basement door behind them.
Okay, but
The janitor gave it to me. None of this mess we're in. I'm more of a philosopher.
Да-да, philosophical faggot. Осуждаю. Не интересен мне абсолютно. Этот мужчина. Чё, в помойке? Лекарство. Расист. Расист меня мало интересует. Что такое? Блять, они более подкачанные, чем я. Фак. Fucking bitches. Подкачанные парни. Пойдем посмотрим на суп. И откроем дверцу для расиста. А, блять, это стукач-расист. Это расист-стукач, точнее. Damn. Это дом жирного расиста. И он стукач. Shit. Дело раскрыто. Здорово, bitch.
A thin man is smoking below, and as you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. It must be his name. Garancy, Quebec. Sounds representative. The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. The mention of mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak.
Horse need more vodka?
okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht.
Это русский еблан какой-то.
Turn it up and then answer some yourself. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea. Honestly, the place is a powder keg. The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his...
Что у нас тут? Опа! Легко рублик увел у повара русского. Who are you? Sure, mate. Да, не тот проулок. Со школьником, что ли? Пиздеть. Вряд ли это к чему-то полезно. Ладно, надо попиздеть со школьником. Про броню спросить.
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
Not all of us.
No one's moving anywhere. Do this shit again, and Kuno's gonna climb in your room at night with a knife. Kuno knows where you sleep. The pig who fucked his window up. I'm gonna climb in through that balcony, put the fucking knife in you.
It's not impossible for a boy his size to climb in.
But you and Kuno are good for now, pals. Shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have a jolly time.
The determination in his voice leaves little room for doubt in his...
And you're back in business with the Kuno. Now what is it? You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000. Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that.
You can't do that, Kuno.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right? Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape. Yeah, Kuno plays on Snuff Radio, fucks pigs,
Ебет свиньей в прямом эфире.
Kuno's a cop killer.
Nice.
It's a vitamin pig. Don't you know anything? Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need...
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
You're not getting this.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna...
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno
Pigmeister.
about his kingdom. Shitload pig.
Don't tell the pig.
This is where you quickly ask him questions.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
Как
Kuno's
так?
fucking's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
Oh, come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small for the armor.
Get the fuck out of here trying to fuck on me with that midget shit. Kuno's 12. He's huge. What are you? Fucking 80. When Kuno's 80, Kuno can fit 4 of you in Kuno. Fuck.
Trying to fuck on Kuno.
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea. Yeah? That shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go, yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit.
Скотоёба.
Came around pretending like
He means Manana, the laid back.
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno? I don't... Mesco... or... I don't know. Some other place. Yeah. Kuno didn't smoke him if that's what you mean. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around.
Yeah, you tell the faggot.
Your test...
Get lost.
Kuno...
Sure, Kona, sure.
This Post Levantorie mail collection box, a faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk.
Nice ящик.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder. And then suddenly, you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the words, Revachon forever.
Revachon forever. Спустимся вниз, лутанем немного. What is
This
that?
coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of a thick layer of graffiti under the graffito. A sea of around the large wooden building you see chunk. The metal feels cold and wet.
Погладили бинокль. Возьмем пакет. Бутылок насобираем потом. Денежки. Угу. Оп. Копеечки. То все. Это все успеется. Потом. Хорошая шапка. Шапочка бомжа байзовый. Открываем дверь.
This must the royal lion, Guillaume's kitten. The leather up. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard. You knock.
I guess.
You're pretty sure the owner of the apartment.
Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for. But apparently working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation.
The lieutenant merely nods. You try to finally the good job. Let's go now. There's nothing else to do than to leave as you hold the open door. You can feel the air moving.
Air moving. Заходим, залутаем. Чё почем? Рубашку поприличнее надыбали.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. A little ring. The lieutenant picked.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Yes, you're broke.
There's the missing tin soldier. And now they've drawn the ire.
An interesting little clue. Perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
Who knows?
Кто-то прибирался тут. Ладно. Стукачок расист. Я вам выбросил шмотки с убытого помойку. И у него были ключи от помойки. Interesting. Ну, на этом мы и закончим. Как же хорошо. О, ты вернулся, что ли? Сейчас почитаю, посмотрю. Как только у меня игра закроется. Ну, из нее всегда долго выходилось, но она такая лагучая в плане менюшек. В плане вот именно вход-выход из нее вся душно. В остальном она нормально работает. Вполне себе. Пожалуйста, игра, можно, блять, ну как-то, чтоб ты уже закрылась. Please. Oh, please. Close already, please. Already. О, наконец-то. Так. Why are you still here? Just for suffering. Ну, не знаю, я увлекся игрой, дошел до Эврара, раскрыл пару мелких дел. You know. Where's your pants? Ну, блять, короче, они дают бонус к электрохимии, а это навык, который отвечает просто за наркоманию. И они дают минус к эквилибристике, которая мне нужна. Поэтому это помойка. Так же, как и ботинки, они дают плюс самообладание и минус эквилибристику. Типа, мне не подходит такое. Я снял штаны и ботинки. Because they're trash. Нашел себе очки, шапку бомжа, пакет для сбора бутылок, куртку получше, рубашку новую. You know. Moving. Making stuff. Я-то игру плюс-минус знаю, какие-то такие моменты. По шмоткам там все такое. Штаны тяжело будет найти нормальные, но можно у школьника их выкупить. Если все нормально провернуть, но там нужны фиолетовые навыки, чтобы проходить проверки, по идее. Вот. Если стать со школьником корешом, можно у него купить штанцы. Такие же, как у меня перчатки. Ну, типа спортивные, короче. Такие дела. Очки можно будет купить у китайца. Но они мне не нужны. Там тоже какая-то проверка есть. А вот ботинки, по-моему, не скоро. Ботинки, по-моему, на соседнем острове только. Посмотрим. Ну, на этом все. Все, как бы я свое дело сделал, как говорится. Good luck.